officially welcome to practice. We are going to come full circle and wrap up this 4-week series that we have done on the concept of how we explore twisted situations both on and off the mat. We will revisit some things this week, and there's a really important reason why. Every one of these weeks has been anchored by a core question. The first week we asked ourselves, starting from a place of hope and aspiration, how do I want to show up in twisted situations? If my highest self showed up in that really wonky situation, what would that look like? The second week, we took a really honest, but hopefully non-judgmental look at, okay, but how do I actually show up in the twisted situation? What do I really do? What are my habits? What are my kind of gut reactions? Last week, we looked at, okay, what is the distance between those two things? What is the distance between my habits, my reactions, and my hopes, kind of my highest skillfulness? Are there moments I'm pretty close together, or am I moments where my habits are super far away from how I would like to be showing up? And today we talk about, okay, now what? How do we get from where we are to where we want to be? And the nice thing is that yoga philosophy has a really clear answer for us, which is that we practice. And we do things consistently over a long period of time with a spirit of earnestness. And when we do that, we actually develop the skill set that we need to start to narrow that gap between our habitual responses and how we really skillfully, intentionally want to show up in tricky situations. So you'll see some things from weeks 1, 2, and 3, and you'll get to practice doing them again, hopefully from a more skillful place. So we're going to start standing. We're going to do that standing warm up that we did. I think it was week 1 or 2. We're going to start with the feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Let the arms just drop alongside you. Soften your knees and just start to bounce. And I have a nice atomic clock right in front of me so I can see the seconds. And we're just doing this about 30 seconds. We're letting the body just kind of hang and move with this bouncing. You got about 7 more seconds here. Sometimes I close my eyes when I do this. Now slow that down. Shift slightly to the balls of your feet. Let your heels lift and then start again with that bouncing. But now we're adding in a balance component. And so sometimes I lose my balance here and I have to kind of catch myself and then start again. Sometimes this goes better than intended. You got about 10 more seconds, just letting it bounce. Starting in a kind of non-traditional way. 3, 2, stopping that, widen your feet even more and start to swing left to right, letting your arms move with the swinging. And if you don't have any problems with dizziness or kind of getting disoriented, you can even let your head turn around and look to the back of your room behind you. Even letting the arms kind of slap the outer edges of the body. We'll do this about 3 more times each side. And this warm-up is meant to be non-traditional. It's meant to feel a little bit kind of shaking you out of the norm. Let yourself come back to center. Bring your feet right underneath you. Twisted half salutation. Inhale, circle, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, bring your left arm forward, your right arm back, and twist to the right. Take a full breath in right there. Exhale, drop that right hand behind you. Lean back as you lift your left arm. Push your pelvis forward. Now, as you fold forward and down, you're going to bend your left knee while the right leg stays straight. Left hand might land on a block or the floor. And then looking up towards that right hand, towards the ceiling, deepen your twist. As you stay here, you have the option to internally rotate that top arm, bringing it to low back or left thigh. And then reach that right arm back up if you took the half bind. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, take a half lift. Widen your feet as you bend your knees, sinking your hips, finding Malasana Yogi Squat. Twisting that left hand down, right arm up, open up that Yogi Squat. Option again to find that half bind if you want it, right hand to low back or left thigh. If you took the half bind, re-extend the arm. Then look down, release the right hand, lift the hips and walk your feet back about hip distance apart. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, walk back to a plank pose and pause. Just like we did in wink 1, I know we always look at the mat when we do plank, but because we're doing things a little twisted, look forward. Feel the back of the neck close, the front of the throat open. Shift your weight slightly to your left hand, reach your right arm forward, and then open up towards the ceiling, that one-handed plank. Look up, then look down, lower your right hand, lift your hips, find your downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths just to settle into this dog. Again, knowing we did a few of these movements several weeks ago, what is it like to come back to them today? Maybe approaching them a little bit more skillfully. We're going to take our heel sways here. So I first like to check in, make sure my feet are about hip distance apart. Then as I inhale, lift high up onto the balls of my feet. As I exhale, sweep the heels to the right so my feet are kind of stacked in a line. Then inhale, pass through center. And exhale, sweep my heels to the left. 2 more each side. Inhale through center. Exhale, heels sweep right. Inhale through center, nice and slow. No need to rush, heels left. Once more each side, center. Heels sweep right and center. Heels sweep left. Back to center, melt your heels straight back. First vinyasa, inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the surface of the mat. As you untuck your toes, slide the palms back slightly. Inhale, lift into a cobra position. Twisting our cobra, turn your gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, turn your gaze over left shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, release the back bend, child's pose, hips to heels. Pause before we do that whole sequence of that warm up on the second side. Noticing, are you practicing from that place of habit where you're just in cruise control? Or are you practicing from that place of kind of your highest self, developing those qualities you're really trying to grow into? Let your next breath shift you forward to all fours. Tuck your toes, lift up and back, downward facing dog. And then look to the front of the mat. Decide how you'd like to travel as you bring your feet to the back of your wrists. We'll take a half salutation to stand. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, let the arms take up all their space as you come up. We'll immediately start on that second side. Right arm forward, left arm back as you twist. As you breathe in, get stronger through your legs. As you breathe out, drop your left hand as you lift the right. Let your pelvis drift forward. Now, as you reach forward and down, let your right knee bend. Right hand may land on a block here, particularly if your IT band's feeling a little tight. As you inhale, look up, reach up. As you exhale, optional half bind here, left hand to low back or right thigh. Stay for a breath in. If you took the bind, release it. Everybody look down, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, take that half lift. Never miss an opportunity to lengthen the spine. Then go ahead and widen your feet as you start to sink down into your yogi squat. We're going to open this up. Right hand is going to find the floor. Left arm is going to reach up. This is a place you could stay and breathe. Or take that half bind again, left hand to low back or right thigh. Stay for one more breath in. If you took the bind, start to re-extend the arm. Then look down, plant the hands, and step back, downward facing dog. Instead of the heel sweeps in the dog, we're going to do them from plank this time. So shift forward to plank. Before we do those heel sweeps, move your gaze forward, looking straight ahead, feeling that stretching in the front of the throat. Now shift the weight to the right hand, reach your left arm forward, and then follow your left fingertips as the left arm lifts. Take one more breath in. Look down, lower your left hand, stay in your plank, sweep the heels to the left. Inhale to center, sweep heels to the right. And through center, and to left, and through center. As you twist, really feeling that twist originate at the navel point. Last time, heels to the left, through center, and to the right. Now we find our plank, and thankfully we get to come to the mat. Lower all the way down. Slide the palms back a little bit so they're in line with the ribs. Start to lift up into your Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Start to twist your cobra, turning your gaze over your left shoulder. Then floating back to center. Twisting over the right shoulder. And center. Releasing. Child's pose Balasana. 5 breaths. That's concluding the warm-up. Noticing where, in fact, you feel warmed up in the body, but also noticing how warmed up the mind feels. How alert, how attuned to the specificity of how we're moving, not from habit, not from autopilot, but from that really present, intentional place. As you look forward, start to let your body weight shift forward into the hands. Tuck the toes, find your downward facing dog. We're going to shift into some sun salutations, but we'll make our way to the front of the mat first. So looking forward, travel there however you would like. Take your half lift, again, never skipping that opportunity to find length. Exhale, release and soften. Bring that length with you as you lift all the way up. And hands to heart center. Now I want to remind you of something that we did earlier in this series. We did this funky flipping the body inside and outside from crisscross down dog. We're going to do that again here because we're going to do crisscross sun salutations, and that flipping into the upward table and back to the crisscross dog is right smack in the middle of these twisted sun salutations. We're going to do 3 on each side, and we're going to attempt to kind of find a rhythm where we're just flowing with these kind of crisscrossed sun salutations. So find your way at the front of the mat, feet about hip distance apart for me. Release those arms. Let's just take a round of breath right here in mountain pose, breathing in fully and breathing out completely. And here we go. Circle sweep those arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. First crisscross, left foot is going to step back to the back right edge of your mat, and I'm going to wiggle my right foot over to the left a little bit. Drop that back left knee. As you untuck the toes, reach the arms up. We're taking this first round a little slower. Lower the hands down. Crisscross dog, right foot to the back left edge of your mat. So my right thigh's over my left. Here's where that flip happens. Look forward, right hand comes a little towards the center of your mat. Left hand to low back. Soften the knees. Flip straight up to the ceiling as you reach your left arm high. Flip straight back to your crisscross dog. Lower your left hand. Inhale, float forward to a crisscross plank. That's as much of a vinyasa as we do here. Lift the hips back to crisscross dog. Keep your right foot planted. Float your left leg up three-legged. Look at your right hand. Step your left foot to your right hand. Lower the back right knee. As you untuck your toes, sweep the arms up. Lower the hands down. Step your right foot towards your left hand, crisscross uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms out all the way up, crisscross mountain. Second round, fold over the legs.
Second of 4. Inhale, half lift. Right foot to back left. Find your lunge, reach the arms up, breathe in. Exhale, hands down, left foot to back right. Left hand stays down, right hand low back. Soften the knees, flip and push the pelvis up. Flip back to your crisscross dog. Right hand down. Shift forward to crisscross plank, look forward. Exhale back to crisscross dog. Float right leg up, three-legged. Right foot to left hand. Find your lunge as you breathe in. Exhale, left foot to right hand fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, straight back down. One more each side. Left foot to back right. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, right foot to left back corner. Inhale, forward plank, look forward. Exhale, back. Right hand center of mat, left hand low back. Flip and find that upward table. Flip back to your crisscross dog, left hand down. Left leg lifts, 3. Left foot to right hand, lunge. In breath up. Out breath, right foot to left hand. Inhale all the way up. Last one, exhale all the way down. Right foot to back left corner. Inhale up. Exhale, left foot to back right corner. Inhale, crisscross plank, look forward. Exhale, down dog. Left hand to mat, right hand low back, flip to ceiling, reach up. And back. Right hand down as right leg flies. Right foot to left hand, lunge. Inhale it up. Exhale, arms down. Left foot to right hand fold. Listen carefully, inhale, half lift. Lift onto the balls of your feet. Walk your hands to the left to face the back of your mat, unraveling the legs. Lower your heels, clasp hold of opposite elbows, and dangle. Notice the body, the mind, the emotional state after that twisted sequence of sun salutations. Did it force you to pay attention? Did it force you to cultivate some of those skills you've been working on? Compassion, patience, growth, humor. Release opposite elbows. Inhale, half salutation. Exhale, fold. Inhale up to the balls of your feet. Walk your hands to the left, back to the front of your mat. Now left thigh is over right. Coming into eagle pose. Pop up onto the ball of your left foot, bend both knees. This is like building eagle from the bottom up. We usually do it the other way around. Start to lengthen your spine, lift the torso, arms wide. Notice my left toe's still down at this point. Now right arm under left, wrap it up. Once you get stable in your eagle, now you can play with either lifting and hovering the left foot or maybe wrapping. Yeah. Finding that Garudasana eagle. Double twist here. Now a little dynamic movement. As you inhale, think of lifting your elbows, widening space between elbows and knees. As you exhale, crunch and see if you can connect elbows and knees. 2 more times. Inhale, separate that space.
Exhale, connect and shorten that space. Just like we're shortening space between habits and hopes, inhale, separate. Exhale, crunch. Okay, that was enough because that's really hard. Inhale, lift up. Unravel arms and legs. Sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take a half lift. I want to build my eagle on the second side the same way I did on the first side. So I'm going to take my left foot and cross it behind my right. Another way of saying that is my right thigh is over my left. Now for me, I have to kind of lift onto the ball of my right foot. Then I can bend that left knee, really tucking it. Now I lift my torso. Then I'm going to widen my arms. Left arm under right this time. Garudasana Eagle. Once I'm stable, then maybe hover the right foot or wrap. Now inhale, can you make more space between elbows and knees? Now exhale, limit that space, maybe even connect. Do that twice more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, notice how much work it is to shorten that space. Last time, be patient with yourself. This is really mirroring that internal work we're doing. As you lift up, unravel everything. Classic vinyasa, nothing funky here, fold forward. Inhale, take a half lift. Plant your hands, move through vinyasa of your choosing. This doesn't have to be twisted in any way, shape, or form. Just whatever feels good. Finding your way to a dog. Sometimes we find that distance between kind of what our habits were and what we're looking to develop into is pretty close. You know, we're kind of almost there. Sometimes we find ourselves trapped in that landscape of habits. Looking to the front of the mat. Travel there however you would like. Half lift as you breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Sweep those arms out and up. Shift the weight into your left foot as you start to hover your right knee. Now, week one, we did some dynamic movement. We're not going to do that here, but we are going to do the twist. So take your left hand to your right knee, and just like we did in the warm-up, sweep your right arm behind you, twisting your torso to the right. Can you soften into the twist instead of resisting it? Now, as you inhale, start to look forward. Listen carefully. I want you to drop your right arm down a little bit behind you. Reach your left arm up. Now we're going to windmill the arms and the legs. So I'm going to windmill my right arm back and my right arm up. Now my left arm is down and my right arm is up. And then maybe you just stay here. This is already a pretty big balance. Or maybe you start to move into a version of Warrior 3, reaching right arm forward, right leg back, left fingertips are reaching back. Last breath in. Now look down at the mat. Doesn't that support look nice? Bring your right hand to the mat. Reach your left arm to the ceiling. Good news, we're not doing revolved half moon. Drop your right foot to the back of your mat. Find a revolved lunge. How does that twist feel with both feet and one hand on the mat for support? How much can you release into the twist? Horizon or Cleopatra. Turn your left toes to the long edge of your mat as you drop your right heel. Now reach to the back of your mat. Notice how you start to be aware of your left hip. Is your right shoulder collapsing into your right ear? Push down through the entire length of your right arm. Now look back down at your mat. Left hand to mat. Walk your left foot over to the right edge of your mat and drop into pigeon. Settle your pelvis down. Take a moment to just take a few breaths upright in your pigeon. And then if your body is like, whoo, haven't been here in a while, this is a lot, just fold forward and breathe. If you want to welcome in a twist, I'm going to bring my right forearm in front of me and then walk my left fingertips over to the left. I'm on my left fingertips. You can't see them, but I am. And then I push into my left fingertips, lift my left shoulder, and move into that twist. And almost like that revolved cobra we did earlier, it's like I'm looking over that left shoulder. Just one more breath here. This is a lot. And then maybe cross that left forearm in front of the right and let yourself fold forward in the pigeon. And so anytime we are trying to up level, we're trying to shift out of one set of habits and level up into kind of higher level decision making, moving closer to that aspirational, hopeful place. It requires our ability to not give up, to practice that new skill set over and over again, knowing that we're not going to get it right the first few times we try the new skill. There's going to be failure involved because we're developing something new. And so that requires that spirit of earnestness. I'm just doing the best that I can and leaving the rest. Starting to walk your hands up and in. And really up to you if you want to go straight to a down dog or kind of travel through a vinyasa on the way. You know what your body needs best. So checking in if you want vinyasa or just straight into a more sustained down dog. We do have the second side of that standing sequence yet to visit. So really being patient with yourself. If maybe you're working on patience, maybe you're working on a sense of humor when you're doing hard things. Really bringing that with you as you practice this second side. Look forward, walk, step, or hop. Inhale, half lift. Fold and deepen. Sweep the arms out and all the way up. Start to shift the weight into the right leg as the left knee lifts. Then my opposite hand to knee, right hand to left knee, left arm reaches behind me, and instead of resisting the twist, I'm softening into it. Really letting the twist be a teacher. Now as you inhale, look forward. Now we want to set this up. First, just drop your left arm a little bit and reach your right arm up. Now we cycle the arms and the legs together. Left arm goes back, left arm goes up, right arm goes down. Here is a place you could just stay, balance, breathe, or hinge into whatever depth of this version of Warrior 3 you want to practice today. We've got 3 more breaths here. 2. Now start to look down at your mat. Gently lower that left hand, reach the right arm up, bend the right knee, left foot to back of mat, revolve that high lunge. Wasn't that a lovely transition? Well done. You've got all these points of contact giving you support. How can that allow you to access the twist from a more trusting place, a deeper place? Cleopatra or horizon, turn those right toes out, drop your left heel. Reach to the back of the mat without collapsing that left shoulder. There's the hip. We're going to work with it. So as you look down to the mat, right hand to mat, walk your right foot over to the left side of your mat. And then start to find your pigeon. Now remember, we took a couple breaths upright, and this is a place where you can kind of see, okay, is this already a lot? Maybe I don't need to do the twist on this side. Or like, not as bad as I thought. There's some space to work with. Left forearm could come across, right fingertips out to the side, and then I really push into the fingertips. Notice how much I lift my right shoulder. Think of that revolved cobra we did earlier. How would it feel to pull the right hip back a little bit? I answer in my body, I was like, it feels visceral. That's what I said when I did it. Look down, fold forward. About 3 to 4 more breaths. What kind of twisted situation are you navigating in your life right now? And how often do you find yourself navigating it from a place of habit versus from that place of aspiration and hope? Start to walk the hands in. This is going to be your final vinyasa opportunity today. So if you want it, this would be the time to take it. It will also be the final downward facing dog. So if you find your way to dog, really enjoy about 3 more breaths here. Last round of breathing in that Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then looking to the center of your mat, just bring your pelvis right to the center of your mat, extending the legs forward. We're going to start by finding Dandasana staff pose. So first things first, move any extra flesh out of the way. Feel that connection of your sits bones. And then I immediately notice my shoulders are here. So I want to slide them back so they're right over my pelvis. I'm going to activate my legs a little bit without hyperextending my knees, but I have activation. And then bring my palms alongside me and push my palms into the mat so the arms are just as active as the legs are. And then gently tuck your chin and lift your chest or your sternum as if you were going to connect your sternum and your chin. And take 2 more rounds of breath, just noticing how awake the body is in this staff position. And start to relax the body. Just relax legs, arms, spine. Yeah. Figure 4. Hug the right knee in. Cross right ankle over left knee. Find your figure 4. Make any adjustments you need. We are going to fold forward. Sweep the arms out and up. And then folding forward over that extended left leg. The spine is going to have to round here. There's nothing wrong with that. But every round of breath, think of lengthening your heart forward. And every exhale, think of softening the spine down. So every breath, you're actually actively working in the posture. We'll start to make our way out to reach the fingertips forward. Lift up through the torso. Keep your figure 4. Bring your hands behind you. Lean back into the arms as you bend your left knee and find an upright pigeon. You could be really far away here depending on the access in the hip or really snuggled in tight. Up to you. What we don't want is to collapse and lose the neck. Nice and spacious here. And then we're going to find an upward table. So for me, I'm pretty compact here, so I'm going to bring my left foot forward a little bit. And then I like to turn my fingertips facing forward for upward table. I'm going to make sure my right knee is melting out as much as it can, and then anchor down through my hands and my left foot and start to rise up into my upward table, not lifting the right knee, but keeping it open. Last breath here. Slowly settle the pelvis down. Re-extend your left leg. Ardha Matsyendrasana A. Plant your right foot as the right knee lifts. Left hand or elbow to right knee. Now before you do anything, take your right hip, slide it back a little bit. Yes. Now lengthen up through the spine. Now come into your twist. Yes, beautiful. When you find yourself in these twists, what do you notice? What do you notice about your breath? I notice because my breath gets so tight in the front of my belly, I tend to shorten my breath, but I can actually send my breath into the back of my body and I can keep it just as deep. I just have to direct it somewhere else. And start to look forward. We're going to do a little half salutation on the ground. Release the twist and extend your right leg forward. Circle sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward over both legs.
Inhale, take a half lift.
Exhale, fold and deepen.
Inhale, sweep arms out and up.
Second side of that figure four, hug that left knee in and cross ankle over knee, finding that figure four. Reach the arms up and fold into that figure four. And straight away, start to work the pose with every breath. So that inhale, you find your length. The exhale, you're finding that softening. So at no point are you just collapsing into habit here. You're really cultivating that skill of being really awake in the posture. You're working with the potential that's here in this moment, not just settling into that autopilot. Reach the fingertips forward and up. Upward pigeon, hands come behind. Bend the right knee. And come into whatever degree makes the most sense for you without losing your neck. Another way to think about that is move your shoulder blades together. If you do that, you're naturally going to lengthen through the neck. Now, if like me, you're pretty compact, step the right foot forward a little bit, maybe turn the fingertips forward, upward table. Push down through those 3 anchor points. Lift up into that upward table. Ooh, my left hip is cranky today. Last breath. As you settle down, gently re-extend the right leg. Ardha Matsyendrasana A, left foot plants. Find opposite hand or elbow to knee. Now before you twist, move the left hip back. Now inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. From that movement in the pelvis and that length in the spine, now twist around to your left. If the breath feels tight and constrained around the belly, move it to the back body, the upper chest. Let it be expansive somewhere else, but keep it full and complete. And slowly looking forward, releasing the twist. Extend that left leg forward. Make sure you have enough space behind you as you prepare to come onto your back. Extending the arms and controlling that descent onto the spine. A brief constructive rest here. Bend both of your knees, feet flat on the mat. Widen your feet the width of your mat and let the inner knees come together like a tent. Then reach your arms up towards the ceiling, empty shirt sleeves. Right arm over the left as you give yourself a hug.
Just like there are no shortcuts in yoga, there are no shortcuts to lessening that space between our habits and our hopes. Reach the arms up, switching the cross, left arm over right, and hug. But thankfully, we do have a formula for how to start to get closer to our hopes, rather. And the formula is to show up consistently over a long period of time with a heart of earnestness. Savasana, releasing the arms and the legs, extending the body into that state of rest. Knowing that the distance between our habits and our hopes is just the distance of practice. Letting the weight of the body be fully held by the floor underneath you. Practicing the very difficult art of releasing tension and returning to a state of rest. Give yourself 3 more breaths exactly as you are. After that 3rd round of deep breathing, begin to gently reawaken the body with subtle movement. Maybe reaching the arms overhead and taking a full body stretch from fingertips to toes. And then guiding yourself back up into a comfortable seat. And then bringing the palms of the hands together when you're ready. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light, which sounds like these 4 words in Sanskrit. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Victory to all of our practices. Cha.